You know, it's very difficult for me to kind of express exactly how I feel about it, because there's so it's true. You know what I mean? People have very valid points that there's not enough diversity. You know what I mean? And I can't say I disagree with that, but you know, I can't say I know enough about the entire situation to say, oh well, you know, this wasn't fair or that wasn't fair. But it's usually not fair. So.
Because one of the other things is that women are paid less in movies and things like that. I mean, do you think women get a fair deal in entertainment in general than compared to guys?
I don't think women get a fair deal in anything compared to guys.
But do you see that in the music business? Do you see that?
Yeah. I mean, there are so many. It's really hard to. It's a difficult subject because obviously I'm going to have my own opinions and I don't want to offend anybody. But it's obvious that, you know, women and minorities have had to fight for, you know, trying to get equal opportunities for ages. So, I mean, you know, how can you not agree?
Back to the tour. What will the fans see in Mariah Carey that's different from 2003? Where do you think you are now as an artist compared to back then?
Well, 2003 was a very was kind of like it was a cute tour, if that makes any sense. It was the way we art directed it and the ensembles and stuff like that. So you know, and it was before I had done The Emancipation of Mimi, which now adds so much to my catalog, and you know, E = MC Square and the other albums that followed. So you know, there's a lot more. I had a lot of material then, but there's a lot more material now and a lot more songs that I kind of have to do because of how big the songs were. But I don't know. I think I'm just a lot more comfortable maybe on stage. I've become a little bit more comfortable within my own skin, if that makes any sense.
Does that make it more enjoyable to do?
Definitely. It's much more fun when you just talk to the audience. I mean, like, most people don't have the same relationship with their fans where, I mean, I'll say that, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe other people do, but I kind of just like talk to the fans when I'm on stage as if they're at home with me, because, you know, I have to be a little more excited because you don't want to bore them like you're sitting around watching TV. But I mean, it's for me, it's about connecting with the fans.
The other American who everyone is talking about in Europe, I'm sure you know, is Donald Trump. Have you been following what's going on with his world? Do you think he'd be a good president for the United States on the world stage?
I'd like to abstain from that question.
Next question. I'd like to answer that question.
But do you have a view on the presidential race? I mean, you talked about women. Do you think Hillary Clinton is someone who would be a good model for the United States on the world stage?
You know, I'm just an entertainer, but you know, I'm a fan of Hillary. I'm a fan. You know, of course I'm a fan of Hillary. Of course I would love to see a woman president. You know, I really don't feel like it's appropriate for me to go on a tangent because I'm just an entertainer. I'm not a political analyst. But you know, hopefully that's enough for you to understand that I'm saying something positive.
And what's your message to those fans, particularly in the UK for us, that those fans who are waiting those 6 venues? What would you say to them about what they can expect?
I would just say expect to be. I would hope that they come expecting to really have a connection with me, because that's the most important thing. I mean, music is something that brings people together, and so I'm hoping that they feel that connection through that and just through being in the room together, you know.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You snuck in the political on me.